Eternal Paradox is coming out soon. Now, we don't know what the official release date is just yet, but I'm sure they're going to announce it any day now. What we do know for sure is that there's going to be a Mercenary Tome sale happening on November 23rd, 2023. That is on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to talk about the details over that Mercenary Tome. I'm going to talk about the mercenaries and their importance in the game, as well as the daily play and earn mechanics for the game that has to do with the mercenaries, and also other ways that you might be able to actually earn something in this game. And I'm going to talk about some other things that are explained in these blogs, such as some stuff about land NFTs and how to upgrade your mercenaries. Now, I am personally looking very forward to this game. I am excited. I played the first two playtests. I like what I played. I played games similar to this before for many years, so I have a lot of experience in these 4X strategy games, and the graphics in this game are nice. The mechanics are nice, and I really actually enjoyed it. I do know that these games are popular. People play them just to say, hey, I'm better than you, I got more power, I'm the most powerful. And this is, I believe, might be the first type of game like this that will actually implement some kind of Web3 mechanics and play to earn mechanics. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people will play this just to try to become the most powerful or to try to earn something back. I do think this game is going to have a lot of play to earn potential if it can manage to get a lot of those Web 2 players that really love these type of games spending money in this game, so that the people who are interested only in a return in an investment will actually be able to, you know, earn something from this game. Now, before I get into the blog, yes, they are going to have a Mercenary Tome sale, and if you are interested in purchasing one, make sure to use that link in the description of the video. It's going to help support the channel, and what I want to do is use some of those funds to do some mercenary giveaways. So that is the plan. I'm definitely going to give away one mercenary, but I want to be able to give away a couple. So I ask of you, if you are planning to purchase one, make sure to use that link in the description of the video. It's going to help out so much. But let's go ahead and get into the information here. There's going to be 3 blogs that we're going to cover, and this first blog was just recently introduced, talking about the mercenaries. Mercenaries are like your heroes in your team. You're going to be able to have 4 mercenaries in a team, and you'll be able to use that team in the arena or in adventure or in field battles. And in field battles, you'll actually be able to run multiple teams, so it's a good idea to have more than 4 mercenaries. And it's going to talk about the difference between NFT mercenaries and in-game only mercenaries. So yeah, the game's going to be completely free to play, by the way. You don't have to spend any money on this game. You can enjoy it. It's completely free to play. Now, from my understanding, there should be a way to play the game and earn for free. Now, we don't have the official information out yet, so don't take my word for it, but I'm just saying, from my understanding, there's going to be a way for you to play this game and be able to earn something for free. Obviously, it's probably not going to be much, right? But the opportunity is there. First of all, one important thing you should know about this game is that it's going to have seasons. A season consists of 49 days or 7 weeks. And what happens is, at the very end of this season, all of your progress resets. Yes, you heard that right. All the time that you spent leveling up your mercenaries, upgrading your buildings, researching buffs for your fortress or your guild, all of that gets reset back to level 1 starting on day 1 of the next season. You're probably wondering what's the point, but you'll see. That is part of the fun. That's part of the experience. Now, one thing that doesn't reset is something called immortal stats, and the NFT mercenaries will have these immortal stats. So that is the first advantage in having NFT mercenaries. You're going to be able to have these immortal stats that don't reset. So you're going to be wanting to level up these mercenaries the most, because you'll be able to bring over some of the stats. I don't believe you'll be able to bring over all the stats. That would be overpowered, but being able to bring over some stats is definitely going to help. So that is the first advantage there. The in-game mercenaries, you're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to have these immortal stats. And yeah, you can still get in-game mercenaries just with the tavern system they have in the game, the summoning system. Now, moving on, Mercenary Tome. This is what it looks like. You'll be able to open it up like a mystery box, and it's going to contain a mercenary. There are 10 different mercenaries it can contain, and there is a different chance for each rarity. There are 4 different rarities rarities that you can obtain. So the rarities are rare, epic, legendary, and ancient. There's a 75% chance of getting a rare, 17.5% chance of getting epic, 5.5% chance of getting legendary, 2% chance of getting ancient. Now on the screen, I'm going to show you what all 10 mercenaries look like, and I'm going to tell you the names and their element, since each mercenary has an element attached. So Bianca is water element, Alex is fire, Aiden is fire, Lauren is wind, William is light, Lakshan is dark, Zoe is water, Torsten is fire, Zara is light, and Emma is dark. Now these elements play a role into how the combat works in this game. So fire is effective against wind, and wind is effective against water, and water is effective against fire. Light and dark oppose each other, so light is effective against dark, but then dark is effective against light. So in the case of light and dark, it's whoever defeats the other one first, basically. But like I mentioned earlier, 30% off for the first week, then it's going to be regular price. Now unfortunately, we don't know what the actual price is as of me recording this video. We'll get that information any day now, but yeah, the speculation is they're going to go on sale for $200 each. I don't know if that's the regular price, and then with the discount it'll be $140. We shall see. I don't know. That's just the last thing I heard was somewhere around $200 was what they were thinking of doing. Now I'm going to talk about the land a little bit since it's explained in this blog. If you happen to own a land NFT it's going to be on Ethereum, and what's going to happen is as long as it's in your wallet, they're going to drop you a Gala chain NFT for that land, and then they're going to discontinue your land that's on Ethereum. So basically they're going to offer you a way, to get the NFT to Gala chain for you for free. You're not going to have to bridge it. You're not going to have to pay any fees, which is cool, right? And the only way to get these land NFTs now is to search on a secondary market like OpenSea and buy them from another player. These were going on sale on the Gala Game Store over a year ago. I'm not sure if they're going to sell them again because the price they sold them for was very, very high. All the prices you see on OpenSea are significantly cheaper than what they were selling for on the Gala Game Store. I have no idea if they're going to sell them in the Gala Game Store anymore, how they're going to manage that. There is going to be a way to lease these lands within the game, but you're going to have to pay a certain amount of actual money. Like you're going to have to spend money on gems and then use those gems. And whenever you lease a land, it's only going to last a season and then you're going to lose it. So you obviously don't keep it forever. I don't know if there's going to be a way to mint land within the game. I have no idea. And basically what this land does is that it provides you buffs for whoever is in your land. It will also influence the play and earn potential of the game, the daily play and earn potential. Obviously I don't have the information on exactly how that works, but the higher rarity your land is, the more daily play and earn potential it'll have, the higher the stats it'll give, and the more space it'll provide for players to reside in. Now don't get it confused, a land is not a guild. It's not like Champions Arena where you have estates and those are guilds that you have to manage. You can have multiple lands and you don't have to be in a guild, and you can be in a guild and just be on somebody else's land that's in another guild. That's completely fine. The land is just connected to the actual world of the game, and you can warp between lands. Like there'll be a way to warp everywhere for free once a day, and then additional warps will either cost gems or you'll have to earn items that allow you to do that. But the main benefit to these lands is it's going to provide you another way for play and earn. It's going to provide you extra stats, and it's going to provide you with a way to obtain resources depending on player activity within your land. So if you got some players hunting monsters, collecting resources, where you're going to get a percentage of those resources, and that actually really helps you out. Now we're going to be checking out the second blog. I'm going to leave a link to all these blogs in the description of the video if you want to check them out yourself, because I'm skimming through them and only explaining some of the important stuff to keep this video sort of shorter. So this one talks about mercenaries, what you'll be able to use them for, and how the play and earn is expected to work. So you're going to be able to use the mercenaries on the teams, and you'll be able to use them within your fortress in order to participate in the arena and adventure mode, or I also call it campaign or story mode, all the same thing. So So first of all, arena. If you play Champions Arena, you know that game also has an arena. It does not work like that. Just so you know, I'm going to make a comparison to Champions Arena. So the way the arena works in this game is that you'll be able to search and you'll get a list of 10 players. The players at the bottom of the list are weaker than you or about the same, and the players at the top of the list are usually stronger than you, and you'll be able to select which one you want to challenge, right? And obviously the stronger ones at the top of the list will give you more points if you successfully manage to defeat them. Now, you won't get to do the arena all day because you are going to have a certain amount of points that you can spend. I believe these are called arena points, and once you run out of arena points, you're just gonna have to wait for them to refresh. I think you get maybe 1 arena point every hour, so there is a limit to the amount of arena you can do. And whenever you successfully win and get these points, they'll be towards a leaderboard, and at the end of every week or 2 weeks, I believe the people at the top of the leaderboard get a bunch of resources that actually help them out with the game. So there's the advantage to doing the arena. You get a bunch of resources which helps you with the game, which, you know, then you can use them for other stuff to help you with play and earn later on, right? The adventure mode, it is similar to Champions Arena, how they have a campaign, you know, you clear stages. Adventure mode in this game actually gives you a really good amount of resources. You can only do each stage once, I believe, and once the season resets, of course everything resets, you'll be able to do the adventure mode all over again and get a bunch of resources that way. So yeah, doing adventure mode in this game, very good idea to get a bunch of resources. So you want to clear out those stages as soon as you can, you know, as soon as you're strong enough. That's just explaining what you use mercenaries for inside the fortress. So you also use mercenaries in the field. I call these field battles. I believe this is what the blog calls them as well. And you can assemble multiple teams. It is 5 teams basing it off this picture here. So you can assemble up to 5 teams once you're high enough level. Once your fortress is high enough level, assemble 5 teams. Each one has 4 mercenaries. So you could run 20 mercenaries simultaneously if you're running all 5 teams. And you'll be able to send out these teams to battle monsters and collect resources, or you'll put them in structures like these farms and you'll hold them out there for a couple hours, and then when they're done collecting resources, they'll come back to the fortress. And you know, it's a good way to get resources so long as you're not attacked by another player, because if you're attacked by another player, they're gonna steal some of those resources. So there's some PvP that can happen when you're doing that. This part is important because you're probably wondering, like, what haven't I talked about the play and earn for the mercenaries? Well, here it is. Even though this blog came out a year ago, it should still be relevant. Some of the information may have changed, but each mercenary carries a silver pouch which can be filled with silver points. Silver points is basically what victory points are in Champions Arena. These silver points, which may have another name once the game officially launches, but we're just gonna call them silver points for now. These silver points will convert to a share of Gala or gems when the when the distribution happens. And I say Gala or gems because the way it works, as far as I know, is you're going to be able to select if you want Gala or gems. Now, if you don't have a Gala account, because, you know, there's going to be people playing this, Web 2 gamers that don't have a Gala account, and that's completely fine. You're only going to be able to get gems. So they'll be able to play and earn, but they're only going to be getting gems. If you have a Gala account, you opt into Gala. You can set 100% rewards Gala, or 50% Gala, 50% gems. And, you know, you'll be able to get Gala that way, depending on how much silver you got, depending on how much silver everybody got that day, and I assume depending on the amount of money that was spent in this game. Now, you're probably wondering, why would you want gems? Like, you're probably playing this game to earn Gala, right? Well, there actually is gonna be, as far as I know, right, subject to change, there's gonna be an incentive to getting the gems reward. So if you select that you want gems, you're actually gonna get 10% more than what their value is. So let's say, for example, you get enough silver points that you're gonna get $10 worth of a reward that day, and you could either get $10 worth of Gala or $11 worth of gems. So if you were to spend $11, you would get that same amount of gems. Hopefully that made sense to you. So if you want more gems, I don't know, maybe you just really enjoy the game, or you want to invest more in the gems so you can maybe earn more Gala later on, then yeah, you could set it so that you can just get gems. From my understanding, that's how it'll work. There's gonna going to be a slider and you can set it however you want. Oh, and there's more to it. Each mercenary carries a silver pouch which can be filled with silver points, right? Each mercenary is going to be eligible for a certain amount of play and earn. The higher rarity the mercenary is, the bigger the silver pouch. So obviously you're going to have more play and earn potential there. And unlike Champions Arena, just to make a comparison here, Champions Arena, you really just need one champion and you'll be able to play and earn. Having 4 champions allows you to earn a little more, sure, but if you're high rank, it's almost insignificant. If you're a Champions Arena player, you know what I'm talking about. No, in Eternal Paradox, each mercenary, from my understanding here, will have its own amount that it can collect. So I don't know what these amounts are. Maybe a rare can collect 100,000 silver, maybe an ancient can collect 10 million. I have no idea, right? But each mercenary will be able to collect a certain amount of silver. Having 4 mercenaries versus 1 mercenary, you're going to be able to collect 4 times more if you have 4 mercenaries. What if you have 20 mercenaries? Well, yeah, you'll be able to collect 20 times more. What if you have 100 mercenaries? Well, you're going to be playing a lot, right? If you have 100 mercenaries, you're going to have to use them all. You're going to have to fill up all their silver pouches. But yes, you'd be able to earn with all 100 mercenaries from my understanding. So I think the play and earn mechanics, the daily play and earn mechanics at least, with these mercenary NFTs is awesome. It feels much better than what they did in Champions Arena, just based off the information that we know here. And there's a little bit more information underneath this picture. So each mercenary carries its own silver pouch in the game, not shared with other mercenaries that you may control. So yeah, each mercenary has its own pouch. Pouches can only hold so much. Individual mercenaries will have a set maximum amount of silver points that their pouch can store per day. Exactly what I said. Now there is more information in this blog talking about how to collect resources and hunting down enemies. Yeah, if you want to read the whole blog, I suggest you check out the link below, but I'm not going to get into all of that in this video. What I am going to talk about is the battle for the Ring of Ruin, also known as Conquest, and this happens at the end of the 7 weeks in a season. And what it is that it's a big battle that happens for like an hour and a half, and all the guilds are trying to take hold of these exploration sites or the actual Ring of Ruin, the thing that's in the center of the map. And if they manage to hold them long enough, they'll get points, and at the very end they'll get a significant amount of points, and whoever has the most points while that whole thing happened, when it ends, their guild will get a huge portion of silver points, and that's going to be distributed between all the members based on their activity. So you're definitely going to want to be in a guild. You're going to want to be active in the guild, that way you get a bigger chunk, and you're going to want to help your guild when this battle is going on, because you want your guild to earn more points, so there'll be more to distribute amongst yourselves. This battle is very important. It is actually very fun. If you want to see gameplay of this, I did make a video of it on the second playtest that happened, if you want to check that out. What you're going to notice if you watch that video is that we jumped in on a voice call. We communicated together to actually, you know, plan out what we were going to take, what we were looking out for, who to attack. There's a lot of communication involved in this game if you actually want to succeed, and those who succeed get bigger rewards. Now, a bit of a spoiler, but yes, the Dub Guild did win first place on the conquest. And now I'm going to skim through this third blog, which just talks about how to upgrade the mercenaries. So whenever you kill monsters, you'll receive XP and you'll be able to apply those to the mercenaries. Upgrading their level will influence their stats as well as their troop capacity, so you'll be able to hold more troops into them, and these troops are important for field battles. They're like a resource that you create using other resources, but you're going to be losing troops while you're doing these field battles. And well, if you're attacking strong opponents, you're going to be losing troops. If you're attacking very easy opponents and you're really strong, you're probably not going to lose any troops. That is possible. But yeah, these troops are basically a resource and they'll influence the strength of your entire team, so that's very important. In arena or adventure mode battles, you're going to see this. You're going to do these turn-based battles. You're going to be able to actually use your skills, and you actually have to think about how you're going to, you know, do your turns, do these battles. It's different. Arena and adventure battles are different from field battles. In field battles, you mostly just want to pay attention to what troop element are you using and what element is the enemy using. So obviously over here you can probably see the elements, strength and weakness. So if the enemy is using wind, that mostly has wind troops, right? You're gonna want to use mostly fire. So upgrading your mercenaries, yeah, you'll gain XP, you'll level them up that way, it'll increase their stats. There's gonna be equipment which has different ranks, and you'll also be able to enhance that equipment, which increases its level all the way up to level 10, I believe. And not all equipment is the same, so even if you have two pieces of equipment, both rank 1, both level 1, one of them might actually be significantly different, and you should be able to tell because it's visually different and it'll have more substats. So that is an important thing to know. Each mercenary will have multiple skills. One skill will not have a cooldown, two other skills will have a cooldown. Then there's a leader skill, which the first mercenary that you put on your team, that leader skill will apply, so only the first mercenary in your team. And there's going to be a field battle skill, which you can't see, but you would click that button, and that's going to influence the stats whenever you're doing field battles. Awakening is just like another way to get an additional stat, and you would use awakening stones that you gather in the game in order to increase your awakening level. And rank is, well, the rank of your mercenary, you would increase this rank by using these mercenary essence, which you would get from the tavern. Whenever you're trying to get a mercenary, most of the time you're going to get mercenary essence instead, and it's similar to Champions Arena how the shards or essence works in that game. So you use that essence to actually promote your hero, and that'll increase all of its stats. In this blog it talks about mastery, but that's now been renamed immortal stats from my understanding, just what we talked about in the first blog. And that's pretty much it. This video is going to be pretty long because I try to give you as much information as I can. I probably could give you more information, and I'm just gonna have to do that in another video. Now hopefully we do get more information about the sale before it happens, but the plan for me is I am personally going to pick up a couple of these tomes. I want to open them on stream, so I'm planning to make a stream on November 23rd 2023. Make sure to hop on that stream if you want to watch me open these tomes. Maybe you can open some of your tomes as well. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you do plan on purchasing any of these tomes, make sure to use that link in the description of the video. It's going to help support me, and hopefully I'll be able to give away some of those mercenaries as well. Now if you have other questions or want to talk more about the game, make sure to join my Discord. There's going to be a link to the Discord in the description of the video, or you can leave a comment. Make sure to like the video if you found this helpful or informative. Consider subscribing because I do plan on making Eternal Paradox content and streaming Eternal Paradox the day it releases. And before I end this video, I am going to leave a trailer to Eternal Paradox in case you want to watch that. But as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.